Hey there, Facebook world. Just want to take a few moments to thank everyone who has commented on the post I put up there on Facebook, and I don't put too many videos on here. I'm not very good at it. I don't spend a whole lot of time on Facebook, but just want to thank everyone, and many, if not all, have been very encouraging statements and remarks and comments, and I want to thank you for that. Many people that were in my youth group have said nothing but loving things, towards me, and I really appreciate that. And I'm doing this mainly because my heart's desire is to get back to serving people, helping people. Whether it's in the ministry or I don't know. But I had a part in this years ago. And so I said, I'm going to try and get Mrs. Jackson some justice as much as I can do. What sickens me is that Cameron Giovanelli is still denying these allegations, even against physical evidence that we have, and some police and detectives are involved, and I have a small part in that, but really Sarah is the one mainly dealing with that. However, I can tell you this: whatever that woman says is true. Not because I'm her friend, not because I was her youth pastor. We had a conversation months ago, and I even tried to bring things out of her that were worse. And she said, no, that didn't happen. Here's what happened. So when a person does that, in other words, the person that's leading the conversation, trying to get information, whatever, typically if a person is lying, they will say yes to everything that you suggest. And Sarah did not do that. She said, no, here's what happened. And so that showed me she wasn't lying. And for those of you that doubt her, I get it. You're entitled to your opinion. But, there really now is, with other victims possibly coming out, there really is an overwhelming amount of proof that this happened. And I told you what happened the day that I was involved, and where I caught him, and his family was involved in this cover up, and one of my biggest regrets was not investigating it further, and having him resign. But again, I was a young man. He used our friendship against me. I was confused. I was scared. So by all means, you can blame me for that. I regret it. And my life has taken some bad turns. But I take responsibility for that. Just like I did back then when I was in the ministry, I stood up and took responsibility as a real man. And I take responsibility for everything I've done. It's not the church's fault. It's not Cameron's fault. Obviously some things maybe have added to where my life ended up now. But, we all make our own decisions. And I'm the one responsible, for where my life is now. But, I'm rebuilding. And I'm looking forward to moving on and serving people again and helping people. And that's why I felt compelled to help Mrs. Jackson out in any way I can. So again, please continue to support her, continue to back her. If there's any doubt in your mind, those doubts, where are they coming from? Hearsay? Because you like him, maybe? Or what it should come from is evidence, proof, the countless people that have stepped forward and not just Mrs. Jackson. And so, again, you know, I just wanted to make this video to say, you know, thank you again for the many encouraging comments to me, and more importantly to Sarah. And we will not stop. Apparently there is this pastor that is about to hire him or has already hired him, and that really disgusts me. It disgusts me that a man that took away a girl's innocence, that violated her, is now possibly working again in another church. I have nothing against the Baptist church, but what I do have against is the political corruption in churches, not just Baptist churches, but independent fundamental Baptist churches are known for it. We blame the Catholic Church, but really, you know, the independent fundamental people are just as guilty, right? Let's hide the sin. Let's sweep it under the rug. Let's protect the ministry, the greater good. You know, well, I don't think God's pleased with that. You know, and everyone that is involved with that will be held accountable. And so again, let our voices be heard. You know, share the post, get the word out there. Any questions, inbox me. You know, I'm very transparent now in my life. You know, I can be very deceiving and manipulating, you know, for those of you that know me know that. But that's not who I am anymore. It's not. And truth will march on. You know, I remember hearing a message years ago. Truth crushed to earth will rise again. And you can't kill truth. You know, it's going to reveal itself one way or the other. So my prayer is that this is dealt with as quick as possible, so Sarah can get the proper closure that she needs, and that Cameron can be held accountable for what he has done. And do I feel sorry for his family and his children? Of course. Of course. And it breaks my heart. You know, so many hearts have been broken, including mine. But I've learned this. God uses men, but men are not God. So follow God before you follow a man, because a man will let you down. If not, if a man hasn't already let you down, a pastor or spiritual leader, be prepared, he will. Maybe not to this extent. So it's best to just keep your eyes on the one who doesn't make mistakes. And so just wanted to just share a few thoughts. Again, support Sarah. Pray for her husband, who's dealing with this also. Many people forget her husband, you know, God have mercy, is dealing with all this. And so let's just rally together, get the word out there of who this man is that we thought was a different man. And, well, how can you say this, Dave? Because I was probably closer to him than his own wife was at that time, or if not, just as close. So there are many other things that I could tell you about him, but that's not what the goal of what I'm doing is. So let's just, again, pray these things overpass or pass soon, and, you know, send Sarah an encouraging, you know, message. Tell her you're praying for her. Tell her you love her. Is there anything I can do for you? You know, people think, oh, she's using this to be showy and to put herself out there. And no, she's not. You really think that she wants this at this point in her life when she's married and has a child? No, it's embarrassing. And so, for those of you that are thinking that, come on, you know, let's have more common sense than that. So I hope everyone listens to what I said, and I hope everyone has a great day. And again, let's keep the main thing, and let's not get too crazy about, you know, well, what really happened. This is for specifics, and we don't need to know that. I may know that in some people, but the majority don't. Listen, some very perverted and unmentionable things were done to a girl who was innocent at her age. And what I mean by innocent was she never kissed a man before he came along. And so maybe that will bring it into perspective for you. So thanks for listening to me. And again, I hope everyone has a great day.